Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dale Wingo. Welcome to Wingo World, and I am back from Naknek Sockeye Salmon season for summer 2024. And I want to give you the good and bad and the ugly of how it went. First, I want to give shout outs to the YouTubers who I met in Naknek. It was great to meet you guys. Crazy Robert, Muhammad, Charlie, Bitcoin G, Big Mike, Chauncey, the cats in the freezer, the dudes from the mess hall, all y'all mad cool. And I can't forget my girls, Dominique and Estelle, those hotties, and the timekeeper lady. I forgot her name, the lady with the mask and the clipboard. She was like, "You like Presidente Pierre, no? I watch your videos. You in Dominican Republic, I am Dominican." She was very cool, right? So yeah, it was good to meet all you guys. Hopefully I'll see you guys again on the next fish camp that we happen to go to. You guys are hilarious, slightly twisted, but cool nonetheless. Great to hang out with you guys. The good news is I did better this year than I did last year. I more than doubled my paycheck. If you remember last year, I only did $1,600. This year I did $3,600. So in relatively the same amount of time. Last year was 3 weeks. This year was 3 weeks and 3 days. So was it worth it for me? Yes, it was worth it for me because I was finishing up my contract in Vegas and I had nothing lined up. So this filled that void of monies being made. So yes, it was worth it. That's the good. The good also is it didn't rain the whole first week we were there. Coincidentally, we didn't work the whole first week we were there. It didn't rain the whole first week we were there. And usually it rains every day. But after that, it rained every day. Or was wet every day. So that's also partially good. The bad part is it took a little politicking to get some work. A lot of people didn't get time on the list. You actually had to, like my roommate said, he goes, "This is like we're posting up in front of Home Depot." You had to go downstairs sometimes to post up and hopefully you got called. Last year, this cat hit me to it. He was like, "Yo, go downstairs, get dressed, and they'll call you." And I was like, "Yeah." So this year I go downstairs for a cup of coffee and this lady standing next to me, she was like, "Yeah, I just stand here and he picked me yesterday. So I'm doing the same thing today." I was like, "Does it work?" He goes, "I work." She said, "I worked yesterday." No less than 5 minutes later, the guy comes up and said, "You want to work?" and picked her. So I was like, "Oh, so that's what it takes when you're not on the list." And this cat who I worked with last year there, from South Sudan, he worked the last 7 of the last 8 days this year simply by going downstairs and posting up. And he wasn't on the list, but he got 7 days out of doing that. So yes, that's what it might take. You might have to do a little posting up. Like Jerry Maguire says, it's a up at dawn every day, pride swallowing siege. Some people are like, "Oh, you fly me out here, I expect you to put me to work. Why should I go down there and grovel for a job if you're the one who flew me out there?" Yeah, all that sounds great. And that's very idealistic. However, once you realize you're not on the list, you got to go get paid. You got to put yourself in a position to go get paid. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it. Don't do it. You know what it takes to try to get some money. Go try to get some money, right? Otherwise, keep your pride and keep your small paycheck, all right? So that's the bad part. The ugly part is, listen, some people only got like 10, 15 hours. So while you think, I'm going to get some work, maybe they'll put me on the list, some people did horrible. And for whatever reason. Now, there was some people who showed up and the next day they went to work. I met this woman who, she showed up one day and the next day she was on the schedule. She didn't know anybody. She didn't know what she was doing. This was her first time out. She just happened to see it on Indeed. And she worked for the next week for no apparent reason. But she made her money, right? So you don't know who, everybody has a different, you don't know your story, right? But definitely put yourself in a position to work if you want to make some money. That means if you need to go talk to scheduler Cody, the lady, the Dominican lady with the clipboard who does the timekeeping, Raul, the team lead, John, the team lead. I forgot the big boss's name. He put me on one or 2 days. Listen, you can go complain to HR, but that's on deaf ears. They can only verify that you did work. They're not going to go and say, "Oh, let me get you on schedule." They're there to verify your hours and any HR related position, any HR related problems. My beauties, Dominique and Estelle, those are my girls. They do a good job, but they catch a lot of flack for stuff that's out of their control. So if you want to work, put yourself in a position with the people who decide that you're going to work that day at that very time. All right. So the good is double my paycheck, filled in a void of workspace. The bad news is you got to do a little networking, got to do a little politicking. And the ugly is sometimes it just won't matter. People are going to work and you're not, for whatever reason. Favoritism, nepotism, racism, whatever you want to call it. Some people are going to work more than you. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you can decide if this is for you or not. All right. I did want to go to Catch a Can, and I started politicking right away. But as soon as I got into those 16-hour days, I realized my body can't handle that. So I was like, yeah, forget Catch a Can. I'm fine with going home on the first thing smoking. So, but I did see on Indeed yesterday that they're actually still, Catch a Can recruiters are directly looking for people to go to Catch a Can for the remaining of the summer. So if that's something you want to do, go on Indeed, type in Catch a Can seafood processor, and you'll see AGS there and try to get down with that if you want to do that. I don't know how their schedule or their lists work out there. I assume it's close to what we just went through, but I don't know. Next step for me, maybe O'Hara. I know O'Hara's a boat that works. They have boats that work out of Dutch Harbor in the fall. Or I may try to wait until January to go back out to Kodiak or somewhere. But it's got to be 12-hour days, yo. I can't do the 16s. They beat me up too much. I'm too old for all that. So that being said, I might not make it back to AGS unless I get some cushy HR job or or ticket writer's assistant, something, fish ticket writer, something easy. But anything other than processing, I can't do 16 hours on it. I can, but I won't. It's blood money. So that being said, great to meet all you guys, and hopefully I'll see you at the next fish camp. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Leave comments below. This is Dale at Wingo World, and I'm out. Peace.